What's going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome to another video to help you guys get going on the web app or to get started in FIFA. It doesn't have to be on the web app. And today we're going to be talking about starter teams. I've been tweeted probably, I don't know, a couple hundred times in the past few days. Hey Japes, what do you think of my starter team? I'm seeing a freaking ton, like tons, BPL squads. Now, personally, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. You could give me rubber gloves and I don't want to touch the BPL to get started on foot. Now, I'm looking at you, UK. I don't blame you. You go see these players week in and week out. Of course, you're going to want them in your ultimate team. Looking at it from a purely value-based perspective, no thanks. I'm hands off. I do not want to compete that hard with all of you guys for that small pocket of players in all of Ultimate Team. There are plenty of good players available that I can get for a heck of a lot cheaper that are going to let me do the job. The two leagues that I am most likely to use to build my starter team are the Serie A and the Liga BBVA, or La Liga. There are plenty of players that scream value to me, especially in core positions. I'm going to start with the spine and move on out, because if I can get a good winger on one side but a not so good winger on the other side, I'll just play up the one side and not the other. But as long as the middle of the park is good, and center back especially, because if you're able to have a strong defense to get you started, you're going to be set up to have a pretty darn good time. So Serie A, plenty of value center backs. Manolas, Juan Jesus, Mexes, Rami, Cáceres, Castan, Zapata. They're all going to be decent shouts, and there are plenty of them to choose from. Central midfielders offer all sorts of value in the Serie A. Hamšík, Hernandez, Nainggolan, Valero, Guarín, Marquisio, Strootman, Inler, Mvila. Tons of players that you can stack into the middle of the park and say, I got a stacked midfield with plenty of depth, plenty of opportunities to rotate them. Things are looking good for me. Now, the only bit of struggle for the Serie A comes at the striker spot. Tevez and Higuaín are by far your best two options in that position. Now, I don't expect Higuaín to be that crazy expensive. He's still just an 84 rated player. You've got some other decent options though. Palacio is an 82 rated player that's going to be a non-rare. Gomez, Icardi, Lejic, a Colombian striker that plays for Cagliari that shall not be named, Sao, and Gabbiadini. All of these guys are going to give you chances to succeed. Now, the Serie A's got some solid wide players as well. Of course, my number one player I'm most looking forward to, the Quadrominator, is a Fiorentina man himself, so you'll be able to get him in the Serie A. But on the left side, the struggle isn't exactly real. You've got options, and they're not highly rated. So you're going to be able to pick one of them up to put them into your starter team. Now, I'm going to move over to La Liga. Looking at this year, this is most likely where I'm going to head. Now, let's talk center backs. Inigo Martinez, Mustachio, Mustafi, Vermaelen, Gonzalez, Laporta, Varane, Pepe. There are a lot of solid options. Miranda, Godin, all these guys. Now, when you get up in the higher rated ones, they're going to become a bit more expensive. But there's still plenty of options to get you going for a decent center back option at the start. Liga BBVA has a bazillion different options for outside backs that I'm not even going to get into. There's all sorts of value all over the place that you're going to be able to pick up for next to nothing. Now, the central midfield in La Liga can get a little bit weird for me. But with that said, there are plenty of players with good passing stats to get you going. The players that I'll be targeting, Iaramendi, Gabi, Parejo, Benyat, Garcia, and probably Granero. For the first time in a while, La Liga actually has a pretty solid starter pool of strikers to pull from as well. You've got the likes of Mandzukic, Dos Santos, Baca, Rodrigo, Jamero, and Uche that are all going to do a pretty solid job for you on foot. Now, one of the reasons that I'm always so high on La Liga to get you started is there are plenty of wingers that aren't going to be expensive that'll get the job done for you. On the left side, I'll be looking at, well, hopefully Griezmann, but more than likely Muniain, Gomez, Castro, Piatti, and maybe Jesse Rodriguez as well. On the right, I'll be targeting Carlos Vela, Deulofeu, and probably Mr. Fuguli. Anyways, guys, I wish you all the best in your journey through creating your starter team on foot. I hope these tips do indeed help you guys out. If you have any more questions for me, you can feel free to tweet me at AirJapesFIFA on Twitter. I'll do my best to go through and answer as many of your questions as I can today while I'm watching the Champions League. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.